Hello, I am so glad to be with you again this week. Welcome to the Step into Freedom podcast. My name is Cledra Gross, speaker, author, and CEO of Step into Freedom. And every edition of this podcast is all about you getting the support to take another step into the freedom that you want in your life for the results you ultimately desire. So, this week's podcast is all about this concept of the future self, your future self. And I'll give you a little bit of background on this. I can remember being in a class called Divorce Care when I was going through my divorce. And Divorce Care, I highly recommend it. I don't recommend divorce. I highly recommend Divorce Care is for Christians who are going through divorce. And I had the privilege of meeting what would be one of my best friends in that class. And I remember I was just wrestling with whether I should call my ex-husband at the time and talk about getting back together. And I'll never forget, her name was Lisa, and she said, Cledra, if you knew with 100% certainty that someday you would meet a man and marry him and not have to worry about what he's doing or if he really wanted to be in the marriage, but you knew that he wanted to be with you and you wanted to be with him, would you make that decision? And the answer was no. The answer was no. And that's when I started to incorporate this concept, not only for my life, that was many years ago, but it's also now what I teach my clients. It's making a decision from the posture of what would the future version of me who already has all of the things that I'm dreaming about, the future version who's married to the man of her dreams, the future version who has already lost the 70 pounds, the future version who's already out of the debt and healed from her divorce. That was my future version and a dream back then. But I can tell you, all of those things that I wanted, I got. But it happened because of this concept that I'm inviting you to adopt for your own life. And that's making decisions from the perspective of your future self. So let me give you another example. I love to use examples with weight because most of us as women, sometimes we're trying to release weight. So, your future self who's already living life at your optimal weight, when you have a week where you gain, or when you have a time where you go on vacation or a cruise and you go up 5 or 6 pounds, the woman already at her goal weight would respond very differently to the woman who is focused on losing weight. Do you get what I'm saying? Because when you are operating from that standpoint, you don't have this graspy type of energy. So that's the first thing, making your decisions from the vantage point of already having what you are wanting to create in your life. The second thing is to then give yourself grace, because we do not have these straight lines to the results that we want to create. You're going to fall short. I fall short. This is work that I eat, sleep, and breathe. I have a life coach. We are all on a journey. And so having that compassion as you walk the bridge of your current self to your future self, there are going to be times when you are not able to make those decisions from your future self because as far as your brain is concerned, that's a whole new program. And that new program is reinforced by one habit, practice. Practice. And so that's the third and final thing that I want to leave you with for this podcast. I don't want to make this week too long. I know last week I was long with you guys, but practice, 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 and do it with compassion. So I want you to stop and think about all of the results that you want to create. And starting from this point, make decisions from the perspective of already being that version of yourself. What would the woman who already has fill in the blank what you're wanting to create, what would she think? How would she be feeling? And what would she be doing? And I promise you, if you incorporate this skill, it is going to change the things that you say yes to and the things that you say no to. How much time you spend worrying about things and how much time you spend moving on because you have a knowing that the future version of you would not be concerned. All right? So, listen, if you want to go deeper with this work, this thought work, my signature thought work that allows you to actually see the problem in your thinking and solve the problem, I show you how you can coach yourself. I show you in a systematic way how you can see your thoughts on paper and create intentional thoughts for the results that you want to create and help you identify those subconscious thoughts that are kind of running in the background. Those are the thoughts that lead us to this automatic habits that are out of alignment with the future version of ourselves. And that takes deliberate and intentional work. And so, if that resonates with you, I would love to have you in the Freedom Academy. There should be something around this video where you can get more information about the Freedom Academy. So, that's what I have for you this week. Take the step into freedom and make your decisions from your future self. All right. God bless. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.